What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to another episode of Rand Car Everything Sports Podcast. Today I'm here to talk about Patrick Mahomes and the pace that he's on and where he sits at as far as the GOAT conversations go, as far as an all-time quarterback rankings go. Now, to start this video off, man, I just want to say, talking about this is truly amazing, considering that he's only played 6 years in the NFL. The fact that this is even a conversation is really, truly amazing, and it's just a testimony to how great this man really is and the type of trajectory that he is on. So, to start this video off, no, Patrick Mahomes is not the GOAT. He's not. And he still has a ways to go. He does. But is he on pace? Yes. And when you only have a select sample size, right, when you're taking a guy who has played this amount of time compared to a guy who's played this amount of time, all you can do is project. And all you can do is say, hey, where is this guy at as far as pace goes? And the pace that he's on, well, it's something we haven't seen before. It's something we have not seen before. Now, to start this video off also, I'm going to separate best and greatest. Or, the best and the greatest. I think Mahomes is already the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. I'm 20 years old. Haven't seen everybody play. I'll be the first to say that. I have not seen all the quarterbacks to ever play this game. But I've seen enough. And I feel safe saying that you stack Patrick Mahomes up against any other player, quarterback in NFL history, anything they can do, he can do the same, if not better. So, I think he's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I saw Brady play. Yeah, he's great. He's the greatest. But as far as best goes, but also best and greatest are two different things. Aaron Rodgers was better than Brady as far as arm talent, skills, things of that nature. Hell, there's been a million guys better, but greater, there's none. But through 6 years, right? Because all we can do is go off through 6 years, What can you go off? So, Mahomes is beating Brady in literally everything, except for Super Bowls, because they're tied. You look at regular season wins, Mahomes, he beats him there 73-70. Playoff wins, Mahomes got him again 15-12. Super Bowl appearances, 4-3. Super Bowl wins, like I said, that the only wash or the only one where Mahomes doesn't straight up beat him at. There's 3-3. Super Bowl MVPs, 3-2. Mind you, Mahomes is also the first quarterback to win 3 consecutive MVPs for his team's Super Bowl. Now, you might think, oh, Brady has 5. Oh, well, yes, but Brady got 2, and then somebody else won 1. Then Brady got 2 more, and then Edelman won. So, Brady didn't win consecutive MVPs, Super Bowl MVPs. He won more, but not consecutively. Mahomes has won 3 consecutive for his team winning. Not back-to-back-to-back, but every time his team won the Super Bowl, he was the MVP. So, that's what I mean by consecutive. And then you look at conference championship game appearances. Mahomes is 6 out of 6. That's 100%. Listen, Mahomes is beating him statistically and everything right now. He just is. He's on track to outdo him in everything. You look at the yards and things of that nature. As far as playoff goes, Mahomes beats him in everything as well. Wins, like I said, Mahomes. Completion percentage, 67.9, almost 68% to 60.7. Total yards, 314 to 234. Yards per pass, 7.6 to 6.6. The TD to INT ratio is just disturbing how big of a gap it is. 41-8 for Patrick Mahomes and 20-9 for Tom Brady. And the passer rating, 105.8 to 86.2. Now, I understand the first 6 years, me personally, I don't think Tom Brady, I don't even think it's a personal opinion. I just think it's a fact. Tom Brady was nowhere near the quarterback that we all grew to love as far as big-time yard stats, big-time player in those type of games. He wasn't. So, of course, I do think the stats are going to be a little skewed towards Patrick Mahomes' favor. And we also got to look at the day and age of which we're playing in. I think it's a lot more, well, there's no think. It definitely leans to more so offensively as far as targeting, illegal hits, unnecessary roughness goes. So that also plays a factor into it as well. But, you look at the GOAT conversation and when we're headed to. Brady played 20 damn years. That's a lot of football, And I was talking to somebody about this as well. We got to look at the style that Brady played in from day one. Even before day one. You look at the combine photo. You look at the 40. You look at everything. His legs were never a huge part of his game as far as running and extending plays goes. For Mahomes, That's a huge part of his game. So you sit back and ask yourself, wow, how is Tom Brady that dominant? I mean, you gotta realize 2 years before he retired, he beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So you sit back and ask yourself, how was Brady that dominant? And how was there, not necessarily a drop off? And you gotta look at the way he played and the styles that these guys played in. Patrick Mahomes, a lot of his plays. I mean, you look at these last two Super Bowls and this previous one against the 49ers. I mean, two of the biggest plays, the 4th and 1, he ran for 8. Then the 3rd and 6, or whatever it was, he ran for 19. So you got to look at the two biggest plays of their season were two runs by Patrick Mahomes. Then even in the Eagles Super Bowl, the run that really put him in field goal range to ice the game was a 16-yard run from Patrick Mahomes as well. So with the GOAT conversation, all you can do is project, and all you can do is, hey, what pace is he on? The pace he's on is like 12 championships, and it's crazy, put it that way. It's like 12 championships, 6 MVPs. It's ridiculous if we're doing a 20-something odd year stretch of this exact player. But the thing is, it's hard, just like with LeBron. And I know it's very different sports, but just like with LeBron, the way that he's able to dominate the game for so long, it's something that we haven't seen before. And to assume that Patrick Mahomes is going to play 20 years at a similar level, because Tom Brady at no point was below a top 5 quarterback. He just wasn't. Now, he may not always been one, and undoubted one like Mahomes is right now, but he never dropped out of the top 5. The fear I have for Mahomes is that he goes from the top 1 to like 10-ish, 11-ish, just because he's not able to extend plays like he used to. And then, mind you, he's got, I'd say, at least 5 to 7 more years of this exact type of play style, barring any humongous injury. And also, speaking of injuries, that's also a big thing. You have to take into account injuries, because think about it. Brady tore his ACL or MCL, whatever it was. I think it was in one of the first 3 years he played, maybe second year. But those type of things don't affect him like they would a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Allen, a guy who uses their legs more, because his legs were not a big part of his game. And that is huge as far as longevity goes and as far as projecting goes, because he was able to keep a similar play style and play the exact same way for 20-something odd years. With Mahomes, he may not be able to do that. Now, the good thing for Mahomes is he's on such a crazy pace right now that he can have a few letdown years. And I realized, after Tom Brady's 3rd ring, it took him 8 to 10 years to win the 2nd one. Now, did he go? Yes. He lost 2 to Eli Manning. But he didn't win it. Not a lot of people care about the appearances. They're huge, but, the wins are what really matter. So, I mean, right now, if Mahomes just takes a leave of absence for 5 years, he's still on pace to beat Brady in a lot of the things. And I mean, the regular season accolades and stats aren't even close. Mahomes is blowing him out of the water in those categories. So I think Mahomes is on pace. For me personally, depending on how he wins them also, I think if he gets to 5, I wouldn't have a problem just outright calling him the GOAT. Right now, absolutely not. But to sit back and act like he's not close, or that, the seat's not getting warmer, would be foolish. If you're a Tom Brady, advocate, or you're just a Tom Brady guy, or you're a Mahomes hater, to act like he's not, heating up the pressure on him would just be unrealistic. This guy's matching and doing more than what Brady did his first 6 years. So we'll see what happens. Another big thing, if they go back to back to back, three-peat, first we've ever seen, the gap, I mean, that's damn near like 2 rings for me. And just because whenever you do something happens that's never been done before in a sport that's been going on for 100 plus years, that's huge. Especially when it's the big thing as far as winning championships, which is the biggest goal you can reach as a team in this sport. That's huge, and we have to take that into account. But listen, I think Mahomes is the best quarterback I've ever seen. Not the greatest, not yet. It's still 3 to 7. That's a huge gap. I mean, he has double the Super Bowl win. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like Mahomes already go with 3 rings, because no, he has a ways to go. But the pressure's on, and Mahomes is on his tail, and he's ramping it up. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe down there. That is the end of the video. If y'all want any exact content, man, y'all make sure y'all check in down there in the comments. Tell us. We're gonna have some more NBA content coming out. But I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, tune in next time. Peace.